It is early. It's just gone 6 AM Monday morning. But it's an exciting week for two reasons actually. It's an exciting week because the children come back to school today, so I kind of get my life back. I'm no longer on hold. I'm gonna be a teacher in a school again rather than a teacher behind a desk. And let me tell you something I've learned is PE teachers are never ever meant to sit behind desks. Soul crushing. Anyway, the other exciting thing is that this Sunday I have my 260 kilometer Zwift challenge, the first of the big 5. So I have that, then I have virtual Everesting, then an Ironman, then London Marathon, then New York Marathon. 5 big things, but I thought this week it would be, hang on a second. What I thought it would be good to do this week is take you through how I prepare for big events, all of the things that I think about, all the things that I do, and I usually, fingers crossed, get to the day in pretty good nick, and I usually have a good day on the day. So I'm going to take you through what I do in the hope that some of that resonates, some of that helps, and you can implement it into your preparation for your big day, whatever that is, whenever it is. But I'm going to do it throughout the week rather than just in one day. And we're going to start at the end of this day when I train, because I'm not training this morning. Oh, and it's now 10 past 6 in the evening. I'm on my turbo session for the day. It's an easy one, as in it's just a standard base session. I'll tell you why in a minute, but what I'm going to do is take you through what I call the 5 Ps. I kind of made them up just so that you could remember that they're 5 Ps, but the first one is in your training before you race, be purposeful. And what I mean by that is train with purpose, be specific. Don't just train. So let me give you some examples. While I'm training for a marathon, I'm not going to be doing a lot of short, sharp interval session work. It wouldn't make sense to do that. Yes, I'll do a little bit with speed, but not very much. If I'm training like I am currently for a 260 kilometer flat TT-ish type race, I'm not going to be spending all of my time climbing in and out of the saddle or doing, again, interval sessions. I'm going to be practicing being in that turbo position day in, day out. You wouldn't believe how many people train without purpose up to a goal. They just train. So the first P is be purposeful with your training. Be specific as you can so that on the day you know what you're doing, it feels comfortable. So first P, point 1, train with purpose. Oh, another 6 AM session, but this time a run, hopefully starting the day right. And once you've found your purposeful training, it's time for the second P, and that is play around in your training sessions. Now it's time to experiment with what works best for you on a race day in terms of nutrition and hydration, when to drink, when to take gel, what to wear, what your clothing is. Are you wearing the things that are going to cause the least pain and get the best return? And even mix around your pace that little bit in training. What feels comfortable, what doesn't. I'm not telling you to go from a continuous session to an interval session, but you can mix it around. So the second P is when you're training, play around. That's the time to do it, certainly not in a race.
So tell me what you're thinking now.
Oh, it's a core kind of a day today, which is good because I need a little bit of a break. But the third P that we're talking about, after you've played around in training, after you've... I've got to stop that actually, I don't want to hold the plank the whole time I'm talking. After you've played around in training and you've found the types of gels that you want to use, and you've found the clothes that you want to wear, and you've found the pace that you want to run at, all of those things, the third P is practice, as in consistently every training session you need to go ahead and you need to practice what you want to do and how you want to do it on race day over and over again, so that race day feels, by the time you get there, so familiar that nothing will be outside of your comfort zone, nothing will be left to chance. So if you want to take gels every 20 minutes, you take gels every 20 or 30, whatever it is. If you want to run at a certain pace, you do that in training. as you go. I'm not necessarily talking about training at race pace all of the time, but I mean consistently getting used to race pace, so a few intervals in there or a tempo session every now and then that'll get you up to speed. Have the right breakfast at the right time, and maybe even wear the clothes that you're going to wear on race day in training over and over again. Just get used to everything. That's what practice is about, so that on the day, nothing is new. Well, this isn't the same as the last few days. Sky seems to be clearing. I think I'm in the clear, so we can talk about my 4th P, which is plan your day. And when I say plan the day, I don't mean plan what you're going to do during the race, because that's the kind of stuff you will have done practiced in training. What I mean is control all of the controllables in the lead up to the race. So how are you getting to the start line? What trains are you taking? What tube are you taking? What time are you doing it? What time will you eat your breakfast? If you get the opportunity, I even walk myself to the route on a day or a week before that. What about the clothes that you're wearing? Where you're meeting people afterwards, before? Don't leave anything to the day, because you really want to focus on purely the race, on feeling in the zone, on feeling calm. And if, for example, you're like me and you need to know where your coffee's coming from, then you need to suss that out beforehand. I have even been known to take porridge oats with me on holidays if I'm racing abroad, just to make sure I know I'm getting a decent breakfast, because you can't always guarantee that. That's a short but hard run. I prepare everything I can the night before. So I lay my clothes out that I'm gonna wear. I put my gels out and pack them where I need to pack them. I get my drinks sorted so that on race morning, all I actually need to do is get up, shower, dress, eat, walk to the run or triathlon and compete.
Show me how to dance. So tell me what you're thinking of.
And the final P is to have patience. And that comes in 2 forms. The first one is patience during your race, because the first thing you're going to want to do is go harder than you should. In almost every race you do, from 5K to marathon, from Ironman to sprint distance triathlon. So exercise patience, know the pace you want to go at, know the heart rate you want to go at, and you won't go too far wrong. But also have patience if things don't go right and you don't make the start line, which is the case that I'm in right now. So I've actually come here. I'm supposed to be swimming tonight, but I've hurt my back again, so I won't be doing the 260 kilometers tomorrow. I have had to postpone it until next week. So as demoralizing as it is to come down to the lake, literally to sign in and not swim and then film, it's okay, because I have patience. Patience is what it's going to take to get this particular job done, because at the moment I'm walking around like I've soiled myself, and I'm pretty certain that I haven't, but there is no way I'm going to be able to do 260 kilometers on the bike this morning. So I'm going to try and go again next weekend, rest up all week and hope for the best. But if you do follow these 5 Ps, if you go through this process like I go through this process, although I appreciate I didn't make it to my competition day today, that is not the norm, that is the exception rather than the rule. If you follow the process, what it allows you to do is be absolutely in the moment come race day. And that for me is the most important thing, to control all the controllables, to take away all of the unknown. And it's been proven so many times that those best performances of the top athletes, the best performances have come when the people are thinking of nothing, almost just being there in the moment, rather than should I have done this in my lead up, should I have done that, I wish I'd have got to the start line quicker, I wish I'd have done this. Take away all the controllables and it's called being in the zone, or it's as close to, it's flow state, it's just feeling like it was meant to be. And if you follow these 5 Ps, then you give yourself a really good shot of being there. And if you're interested in seeing how it looks and feels like for me when it does all go right, then here's a playlist of all of my best races. There's some of Mary's as well, and it might bring a little smile to your face. See you Tuesday.